It's been a wee while since so many people have taken to the streets of London to protest. The BBC reports estimates of a 700,000 crowd demanding a people's vote in unseasonably brilliant sunshine. I'm not going to lie. Being in a space where I could see nobody but Lib Dems wherever I looked was pretty cool. My day had started at 4:45 when my alarm went off. I boarded my flight at 6:15. The pilot then announced that due to forecast fog at Gatwick we wouldn't be taking off for another hour and 45 minutes. But it might be earlier. It was actually much later. Fortunately I was not bored. A text alerted me to the presence of Craig Harrow, the former Scottish Party convener, so we spent an amusing 3 hours talking about you all and solving the party's problems in their entirety. If only they would listen to us. I had a saunter around Borough Market with a friend, buying some gorgeous cakes and breakfasting on generous German custard donut on the way. We jumped on a random tube at London Bridge to find Lucy Sollick, a contingent from Lewisham Lib Dems. By the time we had got to Wellington Arch, the assembly point for Lib Dems, we were part of a pretty massive crowd. Host of The Great and the Good spoke. Vince told us we would win this and we had to keep on demanding a people's vote. Tom Brake described his casual dress in EU grey as revolutionary attire. Ed Davey proved that leading chants at protests was not in the top end of his skill set. Lisa Smart from Hazel Grove joked she was speaking to get a northern accent on the video. Amna Ahmad, Sarah Ludford, Caroline Pidgeon, Ian Kearns, a powerful speaker who joined us from Labour in June, all spoke about why Brexit was a disaster and how a people's vote was the only way to fix it. President Sal Brinton was there, but I am not sure she got the sign for bollocks to Brexit right. She went out of her way to thank all the members around the country for campaigning so hard to stop Brexit. Then little Gabriel turned up. At just 3.5 months, this was his second protest march. He was wide awake but completely chilled about what was going on. His big brother Andrew looked on and was able to sample some Brexit fudge. The boys lasted till the end of the march too. Their mum, Jo Swinson, told us to keep going. We were hanging about for ages to join the main march. Progress was slow as huge crowds overwhelmed the streets. At one point, I walked within a few feet of Jarvis Cocker and completely failed to recognize him. There were some people who couldn't be there. I was marching not just for me and my family but for an old friend, Chris Forrester, a lovely lady without whose kindness I would not have survived university. Her opposition to Brexit is legendary, but illness prevented her coming today. Someone had embroidered her name on a placard. If you know of someone who would have been there and couldn't, or if that applies to you, let us know in the comments, because you were with us in spirit and you shall be counted in our number. It was all incredibly good-natured. Thanks so much to all the readers of LDV who said hello. It is lovely to meet you and to know who is reading and contributing to the site. It took pretty much 4 hours to get to Whitehall. Apparently the end of the march hadn't even left Hyde Park. Let's hope today is the day that we really started to win the arguments, not just for a people's vote but to stay in the European Union, which has benefited us so much. There were some good dogs too, so I am now on a long train home. The 1730 from King's Cross to Edinburgh really ought to be called the Bollocks to Brexit Express, as there are so many of us on it. However, Saturday night is not without its trials. The drunk young men singing a few streets away are trying my patience a bit. I have stacks of video, but that is more than LNER Wi-Fi or my data can cope with. I will get home about 17 hours after I left, but I am so glad I went. It was brilliant to be part of something so bright, positive and, I hope, game-changing. Karen Lindsay is editor of Liberal Democrat Voice and blogs at Karen's Musings. Read more by Karen Lindsay. This entry was posted in News.